Hello everyone and welcome back to Stylish Naija YouTube channel. I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. And thank you for your love and for your support. So if you are new to the channel, you're welcome. If you have not subscribed, please I would appreciate for you to hit on the subscribe button. Subscribe to my channel, okay? So guys, and then hit on the like button. I would appreciate that for you to hit like this video if you find it helpful. Okay, so in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this trendy ruffle. So this ruffle, you can actually use it however you want to make a statement on your dress. So that's what I'm going to teach you how to do today. So the materials that you actually need for this is just simple materials. You need your fabric and then you need a needle and a thread. So before we continue, I'm going to show you how to go about the measurements on my dress form. Okay, so let's just get started. Okay, so when you want to take the measurement, so it depends on where you want your ruffles to get to. So for instance, you want it to cover the whole of your shoulder area. You take your tape tightly and then you measure the area you want it to get to. So for the picture, the one that I showed you, you actually started from the chest point like this, and then you ran to one part of the back, so you can see to this point. So that's where I want my own to get to. So I have about 21 inches. So that's what we're going to use to cut out our pants. Okay guys, so this is the amount of fabric that I'm going to be making use of. So you remember we actually measured 21 for the full length. That's from the chest area to the back. So that 21 inches, I'm going to triple it. So you can make it 4 times, you can make it 5 times, depends on how full you truly want it to be. So for this, I just tripled my measurement. So the next thing I'm going to take now is the wideness of my fabric. And by the way, the fabric I'm using, I'm making use of a satin fabric. So you can make use of any fabric of choice, but satin, organza, so these are good. You can even make use of an Ankara fabric also. So I'm just trying to trim and then show you the wideness of the fabric that I measured. So I have about 12, yes, okay, it's even 13. I have about 13 inches of this fabric. As my fabric is folded at 13. So that is okay. And then the full length, like I said, 21 times 3. So that's what I'm using. So the next thing, like I said, we're making use of a needle and a thread. It's a very simple process, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to fold the whole of the fabric. That is, I brought it together. So I'm going to start using my needle and my thread to create ruffles on it. But I need to leave a little bit of allowance here that I'm going to use when I want to stitch it to the back, okay? To the back. So I'll just leave a little bit, about maybe 1.5, 2 inches thereabout. And then the next thing I'm going to do now is a simple process. So I'm just going to check, just take like half of an inch, okay? And then I'm just going to start using my hand needle, my hand stitch, to like gather this whole fabric together, okay? So you can actually use a gather footer, although I have a gather footer on my machine, but I decided not to use a gather footer. I just want to use my hands. So the truth of the matter is, when you hand stitch this, when you hand ruffle rather, I think it gives a better result, okay? So that is why I'm doing this. Otherwise, you can still use your gather footer. You don't have any problem with that. So I'll just keep doing that until I get to the end. So I'm just putting it in between. However, the spaces are big, like 1 inches apart, but no problem. Okay guys, so I'm almost done creating my ruffles. So I just want to use this opportunity to tell you guys about my online classes, which I normally run every month. So if you want to register for my online classes, you can just see my number on the screen. You can send me a message on WhatsApp, okay? And then I'll give you details of the classes that we have presently available. And also you guys, you can send in your subscribers request for this year. You can just start sending them. So I'll pick. So what I normally do, I normally pick based on what that the availability of my materials. You understand? It's not like I sent her a subscriber request, she did not do it. No, you understand? I'll pick depends on when I you cannot just send subscriber request and then I'll run to the market, carry my money and go and start buying fabric, buy this, buy that to just to make that style. So you guys should still consider me. So what I normally do, I will check once I have the things available, like the materials needed, I will use that as an opportunity and then I'll create the videos for you. But some people they will not understand, they will like what do you call it? Entitlement mentality. As in let her do it. So you people should understand. Okay. So I'm done. So the next thing I'm going to do now, so you can see what we have here. The next thing I'm going to do now, I want to try to check that I have the wideness of my shoulder, which is 21. So I'll check that out before we continue. This is not the end, so we'll still ruffle it up. So I just want to check to make sure. Okay, so I think what I have is okay. So I'm just going to pull this a little bit more, and then I'll place it on the mannequin for you to come and see how it looks like. Okay, guys, so you can see what we have on the table. Looks weird, right? So don't worry, just ignore how it looks. So like I said, I use 12 and about 13 inches. So if you want it shorter, please reduce the length, okay? So I'm just trying to tie my thread before I continue. So I just placed it to the point where I want it to reach. So you can see, I just placed it up to that point. So the next thing I'm going to do now, I'm going to take my needle and my thread and then I'm going to pass it in. So I'm passing it in. Here is literally what I'm trying to do. So we have two pieces. So I'm going to use my needle and thread, just grab one from under, and then I'm going to start the same thing. Remember what we did just now on that front one, that's on this top part. So that's just what I'm trying to do. So I'll do it and check it. If I don't like it, I'll loosen it. Okay, so I'm basically passing the thread through the center, but it's not going to affect the front piece. So I'll just keep like ruffling it together like that. Okay, so just ruffle it however you want to. That's in, you are using your needle and your thread, you are packing it together in hand. So for those of you that still trying to be ruffle, so make you understand what I'm trying to what I'm trying to say. So I'll just keep doing that. So this is like the first one. Is why this is like this is because this is the length is kind of long. Okay, so I'll just keep doing that until I get to the end, and then I'll everything I'm doing, I'm not touching it on the front piece. Note, I'm just placing everything at the back. So when you want to stitch this, you use your hand needle also to hand stitch it on your. So for the back one, you place it. So for the back one, because of that zip allowance, you place it in your zip allowance point. So mine did at the end of the day, I found that mine was a little bit short, so it did not get to that point. So instead of using three, I would advise for you to use four. That's your measurement. Make it 4 times. So with that, you'll be able to have excess. So judging from my own experience, okay. So for that, what you do, you are just going to stitch it in the zip allowance part, and then it comes. If you want the double one, you bring all of them into the zip allowance part, and then you stitch them. Then for the other part, for this top part, when you are stitching it, you hide it. You use your hand stitch to just stitch it and then cover it up however you want to cover it up. So guys, so thank you so much. If you find this video helpful, please hit on the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please, I would appreciate for you to do that. Thank you so much. I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.